Mr. Puffy and T.D. Jakes, Cassie, Arron Hall, and Whitney Houston. So I'm gonna kind of tie this in one good time because I'm kind of tripping off this situation. So first of all, I want to talk about Diddy. So Diddy's whole connection to this whole game is once Diddy went to LA and got connected with LA, and then what happened to Biggie through the manager, he talks about how Puffy was the only one that wanted Biggie to go to the museum to that party in LA where he got killed at. Because Biggie didn't want to go out. Obviously, Biggie knew it was a problem. Biggie's a street dude. He ain't stupid. So his manager spoke about that. His security guard spoke about that. He spoke highly about the situation about research everything. Do your own research. But at the end of the day, so Puffy, and so now with that being said, now on to TDJ. Now, whatever, there's no reason, well, there is a reason. They both rich. Okay, that's cool. But now, as far as TD Jakes being at Puffy's party, it speaks about the individual in TD Jakes' position for him to be separated. He needs to separate himself, even if this is what you used to do. So that what you're saying is, if I become a preacher, that it would be okay for me to go back and hang out and party with the people I used to hustle and sell dope with. I don't think that's what the position is designed for. Now, what it's designed for is that I can pull people from those environments into my environment and show them something different. That's the purpose of it. I don't think the purpose is for me to go back into that environment. Now, I understand people are going to say, that's what God did. Well, that's what Jesus did. Excuse me, not God, but that's what Jesus did. Jesus went back and was by such and such. Yeah, but I'm not Jesus, and we supposed to be more like him, and we fall short. So that's where we falling short. I'm not going to hang out with you in that environment, especially if I know that what's going on in them parties, especially if they're drinking, smoking, whatever. I don't think a bishop of that caliber with that type of job or whatever I should say, whatever the career he has, I don't think he should be in that environment. Okay, the little young man came out and said that he was at a party. This is all hearsay. We don't know if it's true. Hasn't came out yet. T.D. Jakes has lawyered up. The young man said when he was 10 at a Puffy party that he did receive special attention. So that's what my word is, and that's what we're going to use as adults. You can figure it out, but we're not using any explicit language on this channel. So, especially when it comes to that. I had $4. So, anyway, we'll go on to Cassie. So, Cassie has said that Puffy has tricked her out or had hired male prostitutes that she was told to hire male prostitutes and bring them to the room while her and the male prostitutes got out, supposedly, while they got out, and then while Puffy got out and while he watched. So, and also supposedly what Arron Hall says comes out of his mouth. This is what Arron Hall said. This is now, we don't know it to be fact, but Arron Hall did say that he did smash Cassie, and Puffy hooked it up. So that is very possible. Now, is it crazy? Yeah, of course it's crazy, because there's no way that the dude gonna lay up with a chick and then let his partner smash and then lay back up with the chick. That's how we know we're living in some crazy world right now. Because there's no way in the world that you're gonna let your partner hit and then you're gonna lay back up with her, and that's gonna be your chick. I don't believe it. So, well, I mean, I'm gonna have to believe it because that's what she said. And also, not only did she say it, Puffy did break her off 30 minutes. That's not supposed. That's what. That's I'm pretty sure that is there's some factual documentation about that. That he's definitely been having some type of uh, situations going on that are definitely not right. Especially with the video where he talks about where he's with Kevin Hart and he's talking about him and Usher was waking up in the morning eating Frosted Flakes. They used to wake up off the Frosted Flakes, or something he said to that effect. And Kevin Hart said, "Whoa, wait a minute. What did we just hear?" And Puffy was like, "Nah, you know what I mean. When you wake up with your little brother, y'all eating Frosted Flakes." So then you see Usher on another TV program that is talking about, that asked him, would you let your son go through the same, would you let your son be in the same upbringing into the music that you went through? And he was like, what do you mean by that? He was like, well, would you let your son, your 14-year-old son, go stay at Puffy's house? And he was like, no. Which, so, that kind of lets you know right there, you know, everything that happened over there, you know, was kosher and it was a great learning experience. Now, you know, I've heard quote unquote bad things about Jermaine Dupri, but at the end of the day, I had a partner who stayed at Jermaine Dupri's house, and I know him pretty good, but I don't know if I know him pretty good or not. If I know him good enough to where he would tell me that somebody tried him, or, you know, he was forced to a situation. Because he was signed under Jermaine Dupri when they was to have BET, and they used to have AJ and Free. And my partner got signed off the TV program or whatever, that song or whatever program they had. And then Jermaine Dupri was looking for new hot talent after he had Crisscross and then blew up and was kind of falling off. I think it was the early 90s. So they had a show, and my partner got on it and went and stayed in the house. And my partner was actually in the house for factual. He told me this fact. He was in the house when Jermaine Dupri was raided for tax evasion. So if something with Jermaine Dupri was going on, or it was something that was happening probably with Crisscross, or he was doing something faulty, I think I probably would have got some information out of that from my partner. But he never said anything. But again, I don't know. But again, so last but not least is Whitney Houston. Now, there's two people named that are associated with this situation that, you know, we can also say Brandy. You know, Brandy's also tied in with Cassie because I believe Cassie was cool. I guess there's Whitney Houston, Cassie. So it got to be Whitney Houston, Cassie, Kimora Lee, and all these girls was hanging out together. So when they started falling off, I don't know why guys think that the chicks don't know what was going on, because most chicks talk to chicks and tell them everything was going on in that little circle. So you had two of the chicks that fell off and they clicked. It was extremely, you know, unexplainable fall-offs. Whitney Houston was that was the second time that Whitney Houston had drowned. And it also was crazy is that Whitney Houston, they were at the awards in Hollywood at the hotel, and she passed away at the hotel during the award. That's kind of crazy in itself. Like, you like, there's a lot of stuff going on with this situation that's really tangled up in it. You know, you got Quincy Jones tied. You know, he got Clive Davis got his elbows in it. You know, that's a lot of people. You had Jay-Z got his elbows in it. R. Kelly got his elbows in it. You know, I mean, because you start looking at all the stuff that's going on, everybody's kind of intertwined. You know, I seen some videos with Drake. I don't know if them to be true or whatever, but you know, I know who I haven't seen videos of. I ain't never seen no video of Too Short, you know, stuff. I ain't never seen no video of E40, you know, stuff. Keek the Sneak. I ain't never seen him in no stuff. I ain't never seen Ice Cube in no stuff. I ain't never seen. There's a bunch of rappers. I just said a bunch of people from the Bay, but I mean, Wu Tang. I never seen in no Method Man, Redman, Keith Murray. You know what I mean? I mean, shoot, we keep going. As from the D, the OG, I can't think of his name. Like, you to my real reputable brothers. You don't hear their name tied up in nonsense like that. So what does that tell you about what's going on in the game? They tell you, just like the brother that was on Expert Opinion. He says when you go into the studio, watch what you be drinking, because they be putting stuff in the drinks and they be putting stuff in the backwoods and giving you different tree, and then you do a song and get woozy, and then you stay in the studio, and then whoopty whoop whoopty whoop happens. It's like, bro, like, you can't trust nobody. Like, y'all should know that, man. Because you got these set 'em up cats, you got these set 'em up Diddy cats, just like on the video, you see them talking with Fabulous. And Diddy was talking with Fabulous. It was like, what in the hell is going on? How you call another man daddy? And that nigga Fabulous was nervous as hell, bro. Bro, do you know how nervous a nigga would be on Mamas that if another nigga called me daddy and we on a live show? Like, first of all, I'm like, bro, if you know him, you know what I mean? You like, damn, bro, but is you supposed to fight him on the spot? Like, or, I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to speak to him in private, like, hey, man, my name is Wooty Whoop, and you my partner. The only reason I ain't, we ain't chunking him right now. Like, you gonna give him at least some love, but we're gonna have a conversation about that, bro. You making dudes feel uncomfortable, and it's crazy how other rappers. It's crazy how other rappers in the game, like, you could tell. Now you could tell that Nori knows something. He just, Nori, like, I'm on revolt. I ain't saying nothing. So I guess, I mean, you gotta choose your lesser or your two situations. Do you want to get papered up, or do you want to? I don't know what to tell you. That's a tough job right there. Well, you probably got to stay independent. You can't go out and get. So you could be a real authentic journalist where you could just say what's out there. I've been speaking on topics that's already been proven. Well, they're already out in the public. TD Jakes situation, everybody know he got a lawyer. Why do you get a lawyer? Because the young man came out and said that he gave you, special attention at one of Puffy's parties. And then what's even crazier is that what we're not even talking about is what is a 10-year-old doing at Puffy party. See, there's a lot of little questions in there that we're not answering. We're not even thinking about. We just so caught up, that they give us Puffy. TD Jakes, they know that's going to be big in the black community. And, it ain't like they just started doing this. They've been doing this for a long time. So what is it now that we need to know? What is it now that is happening that where these two need to go to jail? Obviously, they've been needed to go to jail. Just like Jeffrey Epstein was doing the same stuff they doing, when they drop that list of all them people. Shit, it ain't going to be no surprise who else going to be on that list too, So all this stuff be intertwining, it's all the same, it's all the same can of paint, it's all in the same boat. It just has different names who you put in and who the victims are. You got different victims, but it's the same game, you know what I mean? So you just have to look at it like, I sent major shout and respect out to Cassie. You got you a strong dude now. Obviously, that's what the narrative is that the reason why you supposedly gave up the tapes that you got from, Puffy's ex-wife,